Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can make satin fabric flowers for your tutu dresses or other craft projects. And it's very easy. Let's get started. So to start this tutorial, I am going to make the bodice top for my tutu. I'm not going to go into great detail about how I'm doing this because I have other tutorials that show what I'm doing. Check out the cheetah print tutorial on my channel. I think that's probably the best one. Or I can do another tutorial later on this top. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see something like that. Just using a mix of satin and cotton fabric. A crochet top and some satin ribbon. Now that I'm done with the top, I'm just going to place it on the mannequin because it's easier to work with that way. Okay, so now to make the flowers, what you're going to need is some satin fabric and or satin ribbon. I used both. And you're going to start by cutting flower petals in a square shape. You can just cut circles if you want to freehand circles, but it's kind of easier to eyeball the squares first. So you're just going to make each one a little bit smaller than the other, and these are going to be each of your petals. There's a piece of ribbon. The rest is satin fabric. Or satin-like fabric. Any shiny craft store, fabric should work. So after you have all of your soon-to-be flower petals gathered together, you want to cut them now into a circle shape. Okay, now taking one petal at a time, you're going to use your lighter to heat the ends. You're not going to light the edges on fire, you're just going to get them really warm and slightly melty. You'll notice that the edge of the fabric gets a little bit hard from being melted and it'll curl in. So you want to hold the flame underneath. And then the fabric will start to curl in towards the flame. You could also use tweezers to hold this so that you don't get burned. So now on this petal, what I'm doing is I'm just cutting little snippets just around the edges to make a different style of petal. And you'll see when I light it here, see it kind of shrinks down into little petals. So that's an option too. I did both styles. So after you've got all of your petals slightly singed on the edges, you want to start gluing your flowers together. And I'm just using the hot glue gun, of course. And you can add any little embellishment that you'd like in the center. I'm using rhinestones, but you could use pearls or any other little embellishments and fixtures. Now I'm going to make the tutu skirt, and instead of just using a crochet headband like I use sometimes or an elastic band like I use sometimes, this time I'm cutting a piece of the crochet top off. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I decided to, instead of putting on 3 pieces of tulle at a time like I usually do, I'm just going to put one piece on at a time but making 3 rows. So I needed a little bit of space to work with. And also, this is a custom order, and the little girl has a little bit of a tummy and her mommy wants to cover it. And so this gives a little bit more coverage and helps the tutu fit a little bit better around her little belly. So as you can see, I'm just going around one piece at a time on the bottom layer, and make sure that you put the edge that you cut facing down. And when you start to tie the tulle on, it'll seal that edge so that it won't continue to fray. I hope that makes sense. So this is a great way to add tulle when you're using several different colors, especially pastel colors, because when you try to add those 3 at a time, they kind of get muddy and can look kind of blah. So after you've got 3 layers on, this is what your tutu should look like. And now for the fun part, this is where we get to add the flowers to the bodice top. I know my bodice looks a little like lumpy or bumpy, but the fabric is actually really smooth. The problem is that I have a lot of hot glue stuck on this mannequin, and because the mannequin is wrapped in fabric, I can't get the glue off. So it doesn't bother me and it doesn't affect the tutus, so it's just on there, but just know that the bodice itself is actually smooth and flat. So once you've got everything into place, you're going to start working on your headband. This has a matching headband. And I like to use felt and wrap that around the crochet top. Normally I just use one big piece. I don't know why I didn't use one big piece. I used 2 small pieces this time, but it came out exactly the same. Make sure you don't glue directly to the crochet headband so that the crochet headband is still flexible underneath the felt. And just begin to attach your flowers. I bunched up some tulle and tucked that in there. That came out so cute. So as you can see, the crochet headband is still super stretchy. And here is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Bye.